What kind of fight does Orlando have? This has been such a gritty team, shorthanded for much of the year. But till this point, they've just been outclassed by the Bucks. Chris Middleton. Let's check in with Rebecca Hardlow. Rebecca?
Well, guys, the Orlando side was pretty solemn at the half, as you might imagine. Steve Clifford was heated. He told me one thing and one thing only. He said, we are not committed. We tried. We were out there challenging Milwaukee. If we don't get in this game, if we don't start compete there, showing some pride on the floor. So we'll see if we see some fire from them here in the third.
All right, Rebecca, great stuff. Again, we'll see just how they respond. This is so difficult for a team shorthanded the way they are, as the Google is there to turn back a Wundu. They get it back to Fournier for an open.
16 for 41 in the first game, and then 7 for 33 in game 2. They were 4 for 17 at halftime tonight. You know, it's really sort of, we're going to take away everything in the paint. We're going to not foul you, and we're going to take away free throws, and you're going to have only chance, really, to have a good offensive night against the Bucks is to take and make. I think the one concern with Giannis, he made 2 right there, but is the free throw shooting. That's going to be a concern. Look, you're not going through the conference finals and the finals, certainly if you get there, where it's not going to come down to close games. And if Giannis is going to be your guy with the ball in his hands all the time in a close game, he's going to end up at the free throw line, and he's shooting in the 60s during the regular season, in the seeding games, and already here in the playoffs. That could be a major problem. You know, shooting under 70% for a guy that gets to the line as much as he does could be the difference between winning and losing.
Matthews is together here. You look at how good Toronto has fared so far in their opening round series. Miami up 2-0 in their series.
But again, Toronto, right? I mean, and they have played very well, and I give them a lot of credit for not having a letdown. But they're playing also. We know they can really guard, and we know they're very tough to stop in transition. It's not going to be easy to beat them, I know that, but it's not going to be easy to beat Toronto or Boston.
NBA postseason in full swing. The NBA restart, a smashing success here in Orlando. And the Milwaukee Bucks right now with a stranglehold on game 3. Lopez falling out of bounds, turns it over. A steal made by Gary Clark.
Great defense there by the Magic, helping on the pass over the top to Lopez, and then creating a turnover on his pass out.
Fournier, dangerous pass, broken up. Bledsoe the steal. Middleton ahead of the pack. Giannis
Makes a 3. They got in the paint and helped on the pass to Vucevic. That's what this team does. You're going to have trouble getting the ball into the paint and getting baskets. You're going to have to make jumpers like Fultz just shot, and it's tough on a nightly basis to make that many jump shots.
Mike Budenholzer won. Rest of our TNT crew from Orlando. Evan Fournier's erratic three-point shooting continues. Fournier had a terrific year, career season, in fact. But just hasn't had it.
Check out. They need a lot more. And now Vucevic on the bench. No, they need a great deal more.
Fournier in his 8th season. Stays on the floor here. Here's Terrence Ross. Leans up, misses. And a rebound by Lopez. Baseline jump.
Middleton in for Giannis. When they get the ball ahead of the pack and the defense is back, you'll hear them yell clear. And they're just going to...
Gary Clark, whose season began with Houston, was cut by the Rockets in January, and finally caught on with the Orlando Magic. Of his team, undrafted, overachieving guy, gritty, former 2-time Defensive Player of the Year collegiately in the American. Fultz couldn't put it down, but it's tipped home by Kem.
Should be going. Lopez went to contest the shot, did a great job on the verticality. Kim Birch follows right to the rim. There's no one with a body on Birch, and he's available to them all the time when their guy has to help.
Brook Lopez lumbering to the paint, and it's a 31-point Milwaukee lead. Long 3 by Ross snaps it through the net. Terrence Ross, year 8 in the NBA. Had to leave the bubble for a personal matter for a couple of days. Was back after a quick quarantine. And here he is as a key reserve player for Steve Clifford.
Well, he's really been important to them all year long. Terrence Ross, when he scores 15 or more, this team's 20-15. And when he doesn't, they're 12-24. That's obviously a huge difference. They need him to score. Even though he's a bench guy, in the starting lineup, their only real scorers are Vucevic and Yasova, a very good player. This team's legitimately 13 deep.
Mid-range jumper by Ross won't go. We saw the numbers by Vucevic. First 2 30 and 10 games of his postseason career to begin the series. But he has been kept in check so far here in Game 3. Hill from the corner. 12 of 23, a 52% clip from deep.
Well, not surprising on George Hill. 46% shooter from 3. Has been one of the best three-point shooters in the league over the past couple of years. He's going to knock down open shots. This team is well constructed. Now, if you're going to, they shoot a lot of them. Well-constructed team, and Mike Budenholzer has built a system that fits them.
Now, you mentioned George Hill earlier. Actually led the league in three-point percentage this year, and shot a career-best mark of 46%. Deflected to the backcourt. This will be a violation. 2-0 finalists James Harden, LeBron James, Terrence Ross. Hardware coach. Great segment at halftime. Or pregame rather. Nick Nurse selected as the NBA's Coach of the Year. What a moment for Nurse.
Well, Nick Nurse winning the Coach of the Year, and then the Coaches Association had co-winners, Mike Buden and Billy Donovan the other. So we've actually got 3 of the coaches honored as Coach of the Year, and I'm going to say there's a handful of other guys who you could have done the same thing for.
Well, maybe there's never been a collection of NBA talent, players, or coaches in one spot quite like this, as we've seen during the restart in Orlando. George.
This was in the second quarter. The Bucks are up 30. Every single player. Now the Bucks still very involved in this game, despite the fact that it's a blowout. And I was talking to Kyle Korver, and he said the key in his mind to this run to winning a championship is they're way ahead in this game. They don't need that energy, but they're showing it anyway, guys.
Yeah, Rebecca, it's a great point, and it just seems like, Stan, they've taken the personality of their superstar. You know, Antetokounmpo is such a dog, the way he approaches.
Number 1, an equality of effort. Guys who will all play hard and get after it defensively, all do the work in practice. There has to be that. And then the other thing is unselfishness. You've got to share the ball willingly. If you have an equality of effort and an unselfishness to share the ball, you will have great team chemistry.
So a 19-point game. Orlando, I'll give them some credit. They fought back here in the last couple of minutes. But still a 22-7 run. Antetokounmpo.
Even attempt to say his last name.
History and made threes.
But a magic win zone after those free throws. Pretty good ball movement by the Bucks. Get the ball to one of the best shooters in the history of the league.
Corner 3, Dante DiVincenzo. A little bit short. Final 30 seconds of the quarter. Here comes Awundu. This is Ross. Contact and a chance at 4.
Thing you can do defensively, and guys have to be more disciplined.
Ross, most playoff experience on this Orlando roster, unable to complete the 4-point play. Final 8 seconds. Antetokounmpo, full head of steam down the paint.